Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hi, hi. Hey, 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 hey. Hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. Hi, Crimson, how are you? How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? How are you doing? Suffering? That seems less than ideal. Chansey won't spawn. Oh, okay. You'll get one eventually, I'm sure. It's only a matter of time. You know? Luckily, we'll have this stream in the background, and then you can listen to this while you hunt for Chansey. And it'll be fun. Good luck. Hi, Sukuna is salvation. That's a crazy username, by the way. but hi, welcome in. You've gone through 3 Poké Treats. Dang. What rarity is Chansey? I'm curious. Everything Sukuna did was based. I mean, I guess if you consider killing a large amount of humanity, I guess you could say. If you think that's based, I guess it could be based. Hi Marcio, welcome in. How are you doing? You're currently fighting for your life against an Eternatus and Terrapagos fusion. Oh yeah, didn't they update Infinite Fusion recently? I feel like I saw something like that. I feel like I did. I might be crazy, but I swear I saw something like they updated it, because I saw somebody else, like I saw a short of somebody like in Pokerogue, so you got no clue. Oh, dude, I love Pokerogue. I used to play it. I got like a really, I maxed out like 3 Pokemon, and then I'm like, I don't have time for this. But I would totally play it if I had lower standards for myself in terms of what is productive and what isn't. You got 10-month playtime, what is grass? Yeah! That's fair though, Pokerogue takes like a long time if you want to like 100% it. So I get that. I'd love to play Infinite Fusion, but I don't know where to get it. Isn't it just like a download somewhere? Like if you just look up Infinite Fusion Pokemon? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they changed it. I don't know. But yeah. You saw the title of stream. We're doing since we hit our I don't know where to get it safely. Since we hit our follower goal last week, we're doing the special stream today. I'm going to be learning how to code, and it's going to be really scuffed for a few reasons. Number 1, I arbitrarily picked Python as the coding language we're going to do because I read that it's like the most basic, like entry-level coding like language. And while it not be the best one to learn for like my purposes specifically, right? Cuz I mean I've mentioned it on a stream before, but like I use Python. I don't use Python. I use JavaScript for the Cobblemon add-on. But I just picked Python arbitrarily because it's like the base like level, and then I'll be able to like use that, I guess, knowledge when I learn other languages. I don't know. And then number 2, I arbitrarily picked out a website for learning to code said Python. Oh, safely. Okay. That makes more sense. But yeah, I arbitrarily picked out Code Academy, so we're gonna be using Code Academy after like looking at like 3 or 4 different like learning to code websites, right? And I Code Academy is like the first one I found that didn't immediately require a subscription. And I don't think it's going to, but I think it's gonna advertise it in our face. So that's gonna be fun. And then also, it's gonna be scuffed because I'm going to be having my actual browser on stream, which I don't think I've done before. And I've tried to organize like my bookmarks and stuff so that I don't like dox myself. Everything should be okay, I think. I don't think we're gonna have much of an issue in that department, but you know what? We'll just go ahead and see, you know? But anyway, let me come over here. And does this work? This is gonna be so cool. Hi, Koishi. How are you? Let's see. I guess, you know what? Now or never. Here. Ah! Chat, I've been exposed. I use Opera. You can type L if you want. At least it's not GX. I really need to get a different browser. I'm gonna be honest with you. Opera L, yeah. Yeah, there it is. But sup man, what we doing today? We're doing a special stream for our follower goal, where I'm going to be learning Python at my own pace on my own schedule. Thank you for the mustache. It's gonna be really scuffed, but we're gonna try it, you know? I really need to raise the points on those. I originally made it cheap, but y'all are like stockpiling stuff. But yeah, again, I picked out this website arbitrarily. And the furthest I've made it is I made it to this screen, and I'm like, oh, this is like actually where we start. So I 6 days left till my birthday, gonna be 16. Okay, so unfortunately, the terror. You shouldn't have said that because I like to keep my chat 18 plus. And you could have gotten away with it if you hadn't mentioned that. But I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ban you. I'm sorry. But happy early birthday, I suppose. And you can appeal the ban, and I'll unban you in 2 years, okay? Sorry. I hate having to do that. Can I be honest? But it's just how it works around here, you know? Set a timer for 2 years to remind you to unban them. I mean, if they make an appeal, I'll just always have it, you know? And then I'll be able to just refer back to it, and then I can see when I ban them, and then when they turn 18, I can be like, hey, I can approve your unban, you know? And I think if they're banned, they can still like watch, right? They just can't chat, right? If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it is what it is, and we're just gonna move on, you know? Anyway, hopefully the text is big enough that you can read it. I didn't actually read any of this. I just saw this, and I'm like, oh, I have to do something. Wait. Okay. Step number 1, never use this button. We're not gonna use the AI, okay? Never gonna happen. I already can see that this will be a long video. I don't think I'm gonna make. So generally I don't make streams into videos, but it will be a long stream, that's for sure. Speaking of videos, though, I did start putting together the first entry in my Cobblemon tutorial series. I spent like 2 hours on it last night. Also, I will stretch. Okay. I was like, dang, you have so many points. Okay. But I spent 2 hours just like trying to trying to like read the script from memory that I wrote and like editing it to be like more readable and just like doing a ton of takes and like I have maybe like 2 minutes of footage edited, which is not a lot. Excuse me. But I digress. We're gonna get into this. Anyway, Python is a programming language. Like other languages, it gives us a way to communicate ideas, blah blah blah. But these ideas are commands that people use to communicate with a computer. Yeah, I think I got that. Doesn't reading a script from memory kind of defeat the point of having a script? Well, I gotta memorize... I don't know. The script is more of just to give myself an idea of like what I'm saying, because if I don't make a script, right? If I don't make a script, then I'm just going to be babbling along and I'm gonna end up forgetting stuff. And it's not gonna end up being as comprehensive as it could have. I think the script is just there to just kind of give me a rough outline of what to talk about, and then also I can like word the sentences in a way that'll make more sense, because if you know me, you know that I don't talk very well at times. Why don't you just snap your fingers and have it done? You can do that, right? You're pretty cool. Unfortunately, no. My magical powers only extend to just like me maybe being able to like move a chair a few inches like without touching it. What'll be the next Fakemon that you will add into Cobblemon? It's gonna be Chirpera. The one I worked on last stream. We finished modeling and texturing it last stream, and we started on the animations. But we're gonna get those done next Monday and get it put into the game. You can go check out that VOD if you're curious about it. Lame-ass transmutation. What does that mean? Alright. We convey our commands to the computer by writing them in a text file. Yeah, I've done that before. Like, with JSON, I guess. Yeah, and I have 602 Pokemon. When are you gonna add the sexy, furry Anthro Pokemon? Some would argue that I already have. Look up Tarovis. Running a program means telling a computer to read the text file, translate it to the set of operations that it understands, and perform those actions. Okay, so here's what we're doing. Change Codecademy to your name in the script. Run the code to see what it does. Okay, chat, we're gonna change this. And we're gonna make it my name. There we go. Run. I think we can keep my name in this as a nuisance. I think that's funny, because if you didn't know, little lore about me, the reason why my name has that colon is because it's actually the second N is short for nuisance. So we're gonna keep it like that. Alright. As soon as you're ready, move on to the next exercise. Okay. Video walkthrough? No. I'm the video walkthrough. Neon, you fool. People are gonna take Tarovis and make sexy furry art. Okay. What about that is bad? I get fan art and it's sexy. I'm kidding. I have a question. What was the most difficult Pokemon to animate? Ooh, that's a good question. I'd have to think about that one. Ooh, that's tough actually. I don't know. If I had it, would probably be one of the flying ones, the ones that have like flying animations, because they just automatically have double the amount of work you have to do. Plus, there's a ton of stuff, like, if I want to make them, like, mountable and, like, you can fly on them, I'm gonna have to make even more stuff for that as well, which I might do in the future. I just want to get, like, a basic, like, dex lineup done before I do any of that, you know? Excuse me. Like, any of the stuff, like, shoulder mounting and like, riding and stuff. I did give Cybertops, like, riding compatibility just as, like, a test, and obviously it doesn't work right. If you have, like, any 1.7 version of the add-on, you would know that it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work right at all. Concept review, community support. I don't think I need any of that. Cheat sheet. We don't need a cheat sheet, chat. We don't need a cheat sheet at all. Next. Okay, we're in new territory, because I have seen that first screen, but I've never gone beyond that. The Gooners, they're gonna come after you. No, they're gonna come after the Pokemon. Not me. I'm completely wholesome and safe for work. Alright. Ironically, the first thing we're gonna do is tell a computer how to ignore a part of the program. Oh, I know how to do that in something. Okay, Python is a hashtag. Okay, I know the like how you do like a double backslash. I know how to do the double backslash, but I don't know what languages you do that in. Have you ever heard of quirk animations? Yeah, I've heard of them. They're super cool, and I want to make them at some point, but it requires learning how to do more with the poser file, which I'm scared about, because messing with poser files can end horribly wrong if you don't know what you're doing. But that is also something I definitely want to do. Anywho, comments can. It can provide context, yeah. It can help other people, yeah. It can ignore a line of code and see... that is a good point. You could just turn, like, a part of your code into a comment. You could just do that. Can you program a Sokoban game? This is a D's nuts joke. I already know. If it's not, this sounds like such a D's nuts joke. Also, hi, Let's Logic. How are you? I don't know which program I can use. I don't know. I don't know how to program anything unless it's like a Minecraft like data pack. That's the extent of my knowledge in terms of coding. So we're learning an actual coding language today, and hopefully it'll go well. Instructions. Documentation is a first important step in programming. Write a comment describing the first program I want to write. What do you think the first program we'd want to write? We could do something like program that writes a really elaborate these nuts joke. There we go. That's what we're gonna do today. Run. Let's go. It did nothing. This did exactly what we want. Next subscriber goal, make Neon learn how to direct a movie. Fun fact, actually, I did take a class that involved, like, filming stuff. And we, like, one of our big projects for that semester was, we would, like, film and record and edit a music video. And that was really fun. Remember Dynafly? That creature is sure explosive. You're not wrong. Let's logic. I saw your comment and I immediately thought back to AI Minecraft, where you know that like website where you can play Minecraft, but it's made by AI, where it's like you have schizophrenia. I just thought of that, but in the format of Geometry Dash. The levels would never end, and then you die, but then you wouldn't die, and then, like, you know what I mean? It would try to do stereo mad, like, it would always just, like, revert back to stereo madness at some point, you know? Dude, I used to play so much Geometry Dash. Video walkthrough. Okay, I don't need stuck to get a hint. No. Okay. I thought this would get rid of this stuff. It didn't. Next. We know how to make comments now. Now what we're going to do is teach our computer to communicate. Gift of speech is valuable. A computer can answer many questions we have about how or why or what it is doing. Python, the print. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know that was a link. The print function is used to tell a computer to talk. The message to be printed should be followed by quotes. Oh, okay. There is something at work in my soul which I do not understand. Thank you, Mary Shelley. I appreciate that. Remember, Neon? Did you know the creator of Geodash is confused as to how the fans have managed to make video games in Geodash? Yes. I know RobTop is, like, consistently blown away by, like, every single level in that game. Dude, I played that level I played that game before, like, the spider game mode came out. I remember when the trailer dropped, everyone was excited, and then it didn't come out for, like, 3 more years. And then I played all the way up until, like, the next update when they added, like, camera controls and stuff. So, I have, like, probably, like, I definitely have over 200 hours on Steam. So, it's a coding platformer. Yeah, it really is. It just is at this point. You just make your own game. It's no longer a rhythm game. Should we code Neonetry Dash in Python once we finish our lesson? That'd be cool. We need a quirk animation for Rock Guy. We totally do. After I finish this model, I'm like, I should make, like, his eyes able to, like, you know? They made FNAF in there. I saw that. They did make FNAF. I keep getting distracted, but it's fine because I like talking to chat. Someone made a GTA level. Okay, I didn't hear about that one. In the above example, we direct our program to print an excerpt from a notable book. The printed words that appear as a result of the print function, referred to as output. Yeah? Okay, print the distinguished greeting, hello world. Okay. So we do print, and then parentheses, and then, oh, it makes both for us. Look at that. Wow. When I do JSON, I have to put both of them. Hello world. Okay, does it not finish the the lesson if I put something different? If I put like hi, does it do something different? Yeah, okay. That's no fun. I want to like break the mold. I wonder if we can figure out ways to just like do loopholes with all these sessions, but I wonder if that would actually like teach me anything, you know? We could do like Portal where we soft lock every level. Video walkthrough. Okay, I don't care. Next. Learn Python 3. Start syllabus. No! What is this? Resume course. Hello? What? That's not fun. Come on. Aw. So wait, do I have to start a free trial? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Make a bear Pokemon, a chicken Pokemon, a fox Pokemon, and a blue bunny Pokemon. Well, we already got the bear Pokemon. Alright. Since we're doing this for stream, let me just... Whoop. Let me do that real quick. Dang. I don't want to pay for this. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo, doo. We're gonna come up here. Oop. And the bunny Pokemon. We do have a bunny Pokemon. It's not blue, though. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna start my free trial real quick. Chat, remind me to cancel this at the end of stream, by the way. I don't want the pro version. I'm like very paranoid. I've never done like payments and stuff on stream. I know if people do. But it's kind of like, you should have looked into this. It said it was free. It said it was free to learn. That's not fun. Did it not say it was like, it was free, but you can get premium, you know? Anyway. App tweet, make a split evolution that burrow flies? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, it should be fine now. If I come here. Boop. Boop. Neon, when is anything truly free in this world? Hey, you watching my live stream, my content is free. Doesn't cost a dime. Maybe the service that you're watching it on costs something, but if it is, then you're getting scammed because YouTube and Twitch are both free. As long as you have internet, which I guess the internet you're paying for, but that's not like going to me, so it's still free. The cost is time. You see, actually, because of the way time works and the physical distance between me and Earth, where most of you are residing, time actually works differently. So it's not like for me, you guys are like in the past. So by the time you finish watching this, it will merely be the present. I don't know. But we've unlocked the next step. Let's see here. Computer programmers refer to blocks of text as strings. In our last exercise, we created the string hello world. Okay. In Python, a string is either surrounded by double quotes or single quotes. Doesn't matter what kind you use, just be consistent. I like double quotes because JSON uses double quotes. Okay, I'm gonna print my name. Print quote nuisance. Boop. Wow. There I am. If your print statement uses... Okay. So we're gonna change these to single quotes. Boop. Boop. Please. Oh my lord. Okay. Hatchick is literally Rookie D, but with a longer beak. He kind of is shaped like Rookie D. I will admit I did take some inspiration from Rookie D for his design. For his evolutions though, I had like a whole roster of like different bird species that I was like taking elements from. Run. Wow, would you look at that? When you use the other kind of quotes, it's exactly the same like it said it would be. That's cool. Next. Hi Furlax, how are you? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay myself. I have like a very light headache, but I'm doing okay otherwise. It'll probably go away before stream ends. And if not, maybe I'll take like a Tylenol or something. Alright. Things have become complicated. There is already code written. Programming languages offer a method of storing data for reuse. If there's a greeting we want to present, a date we need to reuse, or a user ID we need to remember, we can create a variable. Hey, I know what variables are. Which can store a value. In Python, we assign variables by using the equals sign. Okay. In the above message, we store the message hello there in a variable called message underscore string. Variables can't have spaces or symbols in their names other than an underscore. Okay. That's fair. They can't begin with numbers, but they can have numbers after the first letter. Okay. That's fine. That's how I kind of like read stuff in Blockbench. I put the numbers at the end. I don't know why you would put numbers at the front, to be honest. That kind of just doesn't make sense. Really hope Python doesn't come after you for showing this on stream. Why would they? It's a program. It's not like a company. It's a programming language. That's like saying, I really hope Comic Sans doesn't come after you for using Comic Sans in my thumbnail. Can you imagine? Where was I? It's no coincidence. We call these creatures. Why are they creatures? Are they like alive? If the context of a program changes, we can update a variable, but perform the same logical process on it. Okay, so... Oh, wait, so... Okay, wait, okay, that makes sense. Above, we create the variable message string, and then print the greeting, and then we change it. Print that out. Okay, so it performs the stuff in order, not all at once. Okay, that makes sense. That's how functions work in Minecraft too. Tinderus is a small tiger, evolves a bigger tiger. Bubble is a small sheep, evolves a stronger sheep. Furley is a small horse, evolves a triceratops. You're mostly right. Tinderus is, I guess, you could. I'd understand seeing him as a tiger. He was originally supposed to be a red panda. But I can see where you get tiger from. He got the colors and the stripes, I guess. And yes, Furley does turn into a triceratops. Alright. Update the variable meal to reflect each meal of the day before we print it. Okay, so I'm gonna do this the way I eat, okay? So for breakfast, right? This is a peek into my life. We're gonna do rice checks. Like the cereal. And then for lunch, let's see. For lunch, usually Tindorus eats bamboo. Yeah. For lunch, ooh. Get some good tikka masala. I'm a big I didn't mean to click that. No AI. AI bad. Yeah, I do like some tikka masala for lunch. And then for dinner, dinner is usually just like me at like 1 in the morning eating like scraps, you know, like I'm just like a rat running around looking for scraps. So usually my dinner includes like a plate of bacon and oh wait, I can't do and. Wait. Oh, it's got to be in quotes. Chat, why didn't you remind me? And is like a modifier or something. A plate of bacon and some shredded Colby Jack. That's like basically what I eat for dinner. I'm not the healthiest eater, but like it's not like brownies or like cookies or ice cream, so I think I'm a little bit better off than I would be, you know? Look at this! And then it works, and then it works. I know it's not the most impressive thing, but we can use variables. Okay, next step. Errors? Okay. Humans are prone to making mistakes. Tell me about it. Humans are also typically in charge of creating computer programs to compensate. Programming languages attempt to understand and explain mistakes made in their programs. Python refers to these mistakes as errors and will point to the location where an error occurred with a character. When programs throw errors that we didn't expect to encounter, we call those errors bugs. Okay. Makes sense. Programmers call the process of updating programs so that it no longer produces unexpected errors debugging. Okay, that also makes sense. I've done debugging before. Two common errors we encounter are syntax error and name error. Syntax error is when the world hates you and you would be better off doing something else. And then name error occurs when you spelled the thing wrong. Okay. Instructions. You might encounter a syntax error if you open a string with a single quote and a double. Okay, yeah. You might encounter a name error. You try to print a single word but fail to put any quotes around it. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So we just go boop. So if I run it now, it's gonna say syntax error. So we change it and then we hit run. And then it says name error, name quoteless is not defined, because if you want to define it, you gotta put it in quotes. Can I just highlight and do that? I can. Look at that. Look at me figuring stuff out. And I run it again. Yippee! Next. Dude, I'm getting this stuff down. This is easier than I thought it would be. Computers can understand more than just strings of text. Python has numeric data types. There's a lot more reading than I thought there would be. I don't know why I expected there to be not a lot of reading if this is like an educational course. We got numeric data types as multiple ways of storing numbers, which you use depends on your intended purpose for the number you're saving. An integer is a whole number, and it can it be negative? Yeah, it can be negative. Okay. So if you're counting the number of people in a room, or that, use integer. So you say int. Okay. And it's easy. Quick, make GTA 6. Yeah, no problem. No problem. What biome? Larform, roof ant, and elephant spawn? I think it's the lush caves because it's underground cave with plants. You are completely right about that. Although you can find roof ant above ground as well, but not the other two. Ding 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 ding. Marcio got that completely right. I will also say, if you look at the shorts that I do for all my Fakemon, I try to, like, set them in biomes where you'd find them normally. So it's a good idea to use those as, like, context clues, you know? Anywho. Floating point number or float is a decimal number. It can be used to represent fractional quantities as well as precise measurement if you were measuring the length of your bedroom wall. Okay. So wait, why wouldn't you just always use a float? That just seems like a better integer. Like, that kind of, don't floats just kind of just make integers, like, not, like obsolete? Or do you not want to use floats for whole numbers, you know? Because I feel like if you can use floats, then there's just no reason to do integer at all. Above, we define an integer and float variables as an underscore int and a float. We printed out the sum of the variable and int with the number we call number 3 literal. Okay, why did they call it? Is an something? Okay. Is there a reason it's an and a? Put Dynafly in the plains makes sense. Yeah. Where else would you find firefly? I guess you'd find fireflies where the firefly bushes spawn, but those don't exist in Minecraft in that version. Printed out some of the variable. We call the number 3 here a literal because it's actually the number and not a variable with the number 3 assigned to it. Floating point. Okay. Floating point numbers can behave in some unexpected ways due to how computers store them. Oh, so do floats... Okay, so floats are like less reliable? Question mark? Okay. Recent a recent movie-going experience. As you excited to publish a review, you rush out to the cinema and hastily begin programming to create your new movie review website. The big screens, greatest scenes decided by a machine. Create the following variables and assign integer numbers to them. Okay. So... Okay, so define the release and runtime with integer variables below. Okay, so we gotta do release underscore year, and then equals, and then we can just do like, what year should it be? 1997. Right? And then I can also just like runtime equals we can say we can say 1 2 3 4 5. Whatever that is, I don't know, but you know what? We can say it's 1 2 3 4 5 seconds. How long is that? I don't actually know how long that is, but you know, we'll work with it. Okay, and then create the following variables and assign integer numbers to them. Release date and runtime. Okay, so if I hit run, yippee! Now create a variable rating out of 10 and assign it a float number between 1 and 10. Okay. So wait. So, oh, wait. Okay, so, okay, that's the difference. Okay, so if I just say rating out of 10 equals, so if I say the movie sucked and it was like a 3.4, right? Okay, I understand now. It doesn't, floats don't make integers obsolete. It defines them automatically. So if you type a whole number, it's like, oh, that's an integer. And if you type a decimal, it's like, oh, that's a float. And it just knows that. And you don't have to, like, tell them, you know? And then, so you can't also accidentally be like, this integer is pi. This integer is an irrational number. Simple quirk animation. Go to the app tweet model, go to animations, make him jump code a code to make this animation do his animation on sunrise, and boom, you have a quirk animation of app tweet. That's true, I could do that. I like the quirks that are like, that if you go into the game that like Armarouge has, or like Porygon Z, where they just have like idle animations. Or Porygon Z like glitches around. You might know what I'm talking about. But next. Calculations. Oh, we're doing math. Dude, I suck at math. Let's go. Also, when I look over here, I feel like I go off screen. Hold on. Let's fix that. Whoop. There we go. that was irritating me for some reason. But okay. Computers excel at performing calculations. Wow. That's how you know I'm not a robot in all those CAPTCHA. You just say it's neon and then it's like, oh, it's neon. He can't be a computer. His math skills are abysmal. The compute in the name comes from the historical association with providing answers to mathematical question. Okay. Python performs the arithmetic operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division with ding and whoosh. I need to be quiet now. I'm asking too much. No, you're okay. Notice that when we perform division, the result has a decimal place. This is because Python converts all integers to floats before performing division. Okay. In older versions, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're not using earlier versions. Division can throw its own special error, zero division error, when attempting to divide by 0. Okay, so don't divide by 0. Bad idea. It will end the world. Mathematical operations. Okay. Print out the result of this equation. Okay. We're gonna do 25 times 68. Wait, no, we have to print it out. Okay, so we gotta do so we can do this fancy, so it can be like answer equals, and then oh wait, no, we just have to print it. I didn't even read this. Okay, never mind, I'm dumb. Print, boop, and then in the print we say 25 times 68 plus 13 divided by 28. And I don't have to put spaces to it. I do. Okay. boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Before we compute this, I want to see if I can do this on my own. Let's see here. So this will be a big number. It'll be boop-a-doop-a-doo 340 plus 340 plus 1860. 340 plus 1860. 340 plus 1860. So 200. 2400? 2400 plus 13 divided by 28. That's like a number. Okay. So actually, I don't know what this is, but it's gonna be like. It's gonna be like 23 like 90 something. It absolutely was not. Okay. So I might be a little bad at math. Okay. Chat, check my work on that. See what I did wrong. But while you do that, next. Variables. Oh, changing numbers. Okay, are assigned to numeric values. Can be treated the same as the variables, the numbers themselves. Two variables can be added together, divided by 2, and multiplied by a third variable. Does it not follow, boo-doo-boo. You were creating fake mon on Blockbench and your brain didn't know how to put the texture, like shadows, but then the video you make hat chick popped and I have watched 3 times. Hey! I'm glad that my VOD could help you out there. I am actually working on a tutorial series for making a custom cobble mod, so it's not like nearly in a state where I can publish it yet, but I have started work on that, and I plan to do more work on it either after stream or tomorrow, since I have the day off tomorrow. You know? Alright. 2 variables can be added together. So does Python not follow order of operations? Because that last equation, I don't think it did. Unless I'm dumb, but I feel like it didn't follow order of operations at all. Divided by 2 and multiplied by a third variable without Python distinguishing between the variables and literals. Like in this case, number 2 an example. Oh, okay. So you could set like number equals 5, and then you can add number and 7 and get 12. Okay. Alright. Performing arithmetic on variables does not change the variable. You can only update the variable by using the equal sign. Okay, cool. Your rock animation was so mid, and then it became so good thanks Neon for rock and rock guy animations. You're welcome. I mean, I feel like I didn't do much. I just like streamed, but I'm glad it was able to help you out. Okay, so you can set the coffee price, blah 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 blah. Updating the price, you change the price by 0.5. Create 2 variables and assign numeric values to them. You've decided to get into quilting. Okay, well, I guess I do quilts now. To calculate the number of squares you'll need for your first quilt, let's create 2 variables. Okay. So, let's do quilt width equals 8. And then quilt underscore length can equal 12. Okay, and if I run that, yay! Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Prints out the number of squares you'll need to create the quilt. Okay. And then you do print and then quilt underscore length times, nope, times quilt underscore width. Run. 96. Yippee! And then it turns out the quilt required a little more material than you have on hand. Let's only make the quilt 8 squares long. How many squares will you need for this quilt instead? That, my friend, will be 64. Haha. Look at that. Easy, easy, easy. Python can also perform exponentation. In written math, you might see the exponent as a superscript number, but typing superscript numbers isn't always easy on modern keyboards. Since this operation is so related to multiplication, we use notation for times. Okay. So you don't just use like the caret, because everywhere else you kind of just use the caret. I guess the caret might not be on every kind of keyboard. Here we compute some simple exponents. We calculate 2 to the 10th power. I feel like... Okay. You really like how the square quilts came from the last exercise, and decide all quilts you make will be square from now on. Using an exponent operator, print out how many squares you'll need for a 6x6 quilt. Okay, so... Okay, so here's the part where I don't know how to do math. Okay. So I could do like print and then it would be 6 to the power of 2, right? And then it would be, oh wait, I don't need the quotes. Boop. Because it's different. The quotes are for just like text. I don't need quotes for that stuff. And then it'll be 7 to the power of 2. And then print 8 to the power of 2. I forgot the quotes. Yippee! Boop. Okay. And I run. There we go. Look. And then 6 people have each requested 6 quilts. So print how many. Okay, so then it would just be the same thing. It would be print 6 to the power of 3. Boom. What? Oh, would it be? Oh, it's 6 to the power of 4. I didn't read it right. Ta-da! I would need 1,296 squares, chat. Better start knitting. Alright, next. A modulo. I've never seen this word before. Python offers a companion to the division operator called the modulo operator. It's indicated by percent and gives the remainder of a division calculation. So if the two numbers are divisible, then the result of the modulo will be 0. Okay. Here we use the modulo operator to find the remainder of division operations. We see that blah is blah, blah is blah, and blah is blah. Okay. Let's look at how we can do this in programming. Okay. In each of these modulo operations, 3 is the divisor, since 3 divided by 3 equals 1 with no remainder. Okay. And then the dividend increases by 1. Yeah. The modulo operator is useful in programming when you want to perform an action every nth time something occurs. Okay. Oh, okay. So, because of this, okay, imagine you own a small cafe. For every selling customer to receive a survey. If every customer transaction is numbered in the order they occur, you can determine which customers should receive the survey by calculating transaction number divided by modulo 7. Okay. The result is 0, hand out the survey. Okay. So, I'm watching your video making a fake one at the same time. You finally finished fainting animation. Good job. Good for you. Let's see. Okay, so every 10th customer should get 10% off. That's kind of rigged and not a good sales pitch. Here comes the first order of the day, number 269. Create a new variable. First order remainder equals 269. Okay. And then we print. Good luck on the Pythoning. Thank you, AZ. I appreciate that. Welcome in. How are you doing? Let's see. 269 modulo 10. And then I hit run. You calculate the remainder. Oh, okay. I might be a little dumb. Where's my hello? Whoop. Ah! First order remainder modulo 10. You're good, just got coding done at work, so now you're watching coding streams. How am I? I'm doing okay, I would say. I got like a very minor headache, but it's going away, you know. We hit a follower goal, so I'm doing we're doing a coding stream, and I'm learning how to code Python, and my knowledge in JSON is helping like more than I thought it would, because like I'm familiar with this stuff somehow. Hope you feel better soon. I mean, it doesn't like hurt. It's just like a little bit of like pressure on my forehead. That's it. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. What? Did you calculate the remainder and use the modulo? Okay, but I did. I did, didn't I? Create a new variable. Oh, okay. I need to put this here. Is that how I can do it? There we go. Okay, so I don't need parentheses around it, I don't think. So it turns out I did do it right. I just read the question wrong, which is like classic for me. Look at the printed value of first order remainder. Was the remainder 0? No, it was 9. Create a new variable called first order coupon and assign it to a value of yes if the order should give a coupon. Otherwise, give first order a coupon a value of no. Okay. So we come down here, we say first underscore order underscore coupon. That is not how you spell that word. And then equals no. Run. Oh. Okay. It has to be in parentheses. No. Huh? Okay. Maybe I'm an idiot. What am I doing wrong here? Beep, beep, beep. Have you already thought of the fossil Pokemon of your region? Yeah, I have. They've both got designs. I'd like to revisit them because they were made like 5 or 6 years ago, but they do exist. I do have concepts for them. Okay, am I dumb? How do I set a variable? we did this already, right? We set like a variable to a thing, right? Unless I just am remembering wrong. Variables. Oh, it's in quote. Okay, it's in quotes. Okay, so it needs to be in quotes. I just kicked my desk. If that made a noise, I'm sorry. No, there we go. Run. There we go. Look at that. All I had to do is go back. Here comes the second order of the day, number 270. Find the remainder by calculating 270 modulo 10, and store the result in a new variable named second order remainder. Okay. So we just boop boop boop. Boop 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 boop. Second order remainder 270. And then run. What? Oh, then print it out. Okay. This is what I get for like not reading the entire. You know those quizzes that you got in school that were like read all the instructions, and then the last instruction is turn this paper in without like those instruction or those kinds of quizzes were made to prevent people like me from existing. There goes my water. We need a squirrel Fakemon. Maybe. I don't think I have any plan to make a squirrel Fakemon. I'd have to like brush through my list of concepts. Based on the printed value of second order remainder, should the customer receive a coupon? So we just do this again. Boop boop. Ah! Boop boop. Boop 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 boop. Second order coupon. That should be set to yes because it's got a thing that says 0. It says 0, so it should be yes. Yay! Look at me. I'm doing good. All right, next. Concatenation. Okay, how do you?
Concatenation.
Concatenation. That might have been really loud on stream, actually. If that even played on stream. I hope it did. The plus operator doesn't just add two numbers, it can also add two strings. Okay. Oh. Okay. In the sample of code, we create two variables that hold strings and then concatenate them. But we noticed the result was missing a space between the two. So let's add the space in between using the same thing. Okay. Excuse me. Now the code prints the message we expected. If you want to concatenate a string with a number, gosh, I'm like hiccuping and burping and everything. I don't know what's going on. You'll need to concatenate a string with a number. You will need to make the number a string first using the strt function. Oh, okay. If you're trying to print a numeric value, you can use commas to pass it as a different argument rather than converting it to a string. Birthday string. I am. Birthday string 2. I am 10 years old today. Okay. Doobie-doobie-doo. Boo. 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 So then it goes 10. Okay. String age. Okay. Full birthday string equals birthday string plus string age. Oh, so you need to make the variable and then turn the variable into a string. You're my favorite channel on YouTube now. Every time you make a live, I'll be there. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad I can be somebody's favorite channel. Cause at the scale that my channel is at right now, I feel like if anything I'd be like the back burner, you know? But thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Using string, we can convert variables that are not strings into strings, and then I keep reading this as concentrate. But we don't need to convert a number to a string for it to be an argument to a print statement. Instructions: concatenate the strings and save the message they form in the variable message. Okay. So okay, so message equals, right? Yes, equals string 1 plus string 2 plus string 3 plus string, this is real exciting, chat. String 4 plus string 5 plus string 6. Run. Oh, wait. Oop. What? Concatenate the oh, I have to concatenate the strings first. Hold on. Oh wait, I did. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. What's the Fakemon model you made that you were the most proud of? Literally my favorite model that I made. My favorite model is one that I haven't shown on stream yet, but we're going to be working on after we finish the bats and a couple other things. It already exists in the add-on, like the public version of the add-on, so you can find it if you look closely. But it is a Fakemon that is related to the special guide that we did for our Halloween stream. That's your hint. I'm very proud of that model that I did. Let's see here. The wind, which had hitherto carried us along with amazing rapidity, sank at a sunset to a light breeze. The soft air just ruffled the water and caused a pleasant motion among the trees as we approached the shore, from which it wafted into the wafted the most delightful scent of flowers and hay. I need to eat, Belle. I'll be back though. Okay. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? I don't want to take a hint. Oh, I see. I figured it out. I put a space there. Run. Ta-da! Now uncomment the print. We've unlocked a line of code. Wow! We now have an excerpt from book. Next. Plus equals. Oh, is that, Python offers a shorthand for updating variables. When you have a number saved in a variable and want to add the current value of the variable, you can use plus equals. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so it just adds to the variable. Okay. Is there also like a minus equals? Above we keep a running count of the number of miles a person has gone hiking over time. Okay. Plus equals operator can also be used to string concatenation. Oh! See, wait, that's cool. Okay. We create social media caption for the photograph of nature we took on our hike, but then to update the caption to include important social media tags we almost forgot. Okay. Doing a little bit of shopping and find a pair of new sneakers. Chat, a pair of new sneakers. Right before we check out, we spot a nice sweater and some fun books we want to purchase. Use the plus equal operator to update the total price. Okay. The price of a nice sweater and fun books. Okay. So we come down here and we say total underscore price plus equals nice underscore sweater. And then we do the same thing again. Price plus, nope, plus equals fun underscore books. And then the total price is, wait. Nice. Oh, I did not mean to type nice swearer. That was... Chat, tag your favorite nice swearer. Total price is 109. Yippee! Alright, next, is it minus equals multi-line strings? Okay. Wait, wait, wait. What? You're hearing the gears turning in my head and then jamming and then me applying ointment and then jamming again. Python strings are very flexible, but if you try to create a string that occupies multiple lines, we find ourselves face to face with a syntax error. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. So if I just do like, so if I make a variable that says my variable equals the best variable, and then you run it, very bail. It says syntax error, or no, it says name error. Or wait, if I do it like, wait, no, you gotta do it like this, right? The best variable. Boop. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So instead, you gotta make the variable 2_u. I'm back, welcome back. You gotta make the string, or the variable 2u, and you put 3 of these bad boys. And then, like that. And then you put 3 more. Right? I guess you could do this too. To the variable 2u. Ta-da! It worked. I should stop talking, I'm flooding the chat. You're fine. I mean, I like speaking to chat. It's like part of the whole deal with streaming is like the interaction, you know? That sets it apart from like just watching a video. Is that all I needed to do? Do I not get to like, boop? Okay, and then just prints it. Okay, cool. Next, this is the last one, the review. Okay. We accomplished a lot of things. Okay, create variables. Ooh, okay, well. Chat, it's time. We have to dox ourselves. To create variables. Let's see here. How should we do this? Let's see. So variable my age. Thanks Python for this, by the way. And then we need variable half underscore my underscore age. And then we need underscore greeting, not underscore. And then name, and then greeting underscore with underscore name. Okay, so that's what we gotta do. So we can start with name. That's easy. I can be nuisance again. And greeting can be, oh wait, I gotta quote it. I gotta quote, remember? That's the important thing. You gotta quote it. And then you say, hi, I'm, and then space, right? And greeting with name can be equals greeting plus name, right? And then my age, huh? Chat. I hate to say this. But I'm 50 years old. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna do that. How can I make this funny and also not like I'm old? Chat. And I don't want to put something like 7 either, because I don't want to get banned off of Twitch, you know? Alright, fine. Whatever. Whatever. Just get it over with. Does that work? Okay. Okay, next. Lesson complete. Let's go. Okay. What you're learning to do, sub-skill. Implement basic syntax and operations and in Python. Hey, ew. Get rid of this one. Computer science, data science, Python, web development. Cool. I'm younger than you are. Dang. My favorite Pokemon that you created so far is Chirpera. Yes, you did say the name right. I like Chirpera. It took me a hell of a long time to come up with this design. But I'm pretty happy with it turned out. I personally prefer his counterpart, which I think I've shown on stream. But we haven't gotten to him yet, so. Because fun fact, if you didn't know this, I don't think I actually mentioned this on Monday, but Chirpera was planned to be a version exclusive Pokemon, and there was going to be a different bat for the other game. So you'd either have the electric bat or you'd have the poison bat, which both are very cool, and I like both of them. Alright. Dude, I got experience. Dude, I'm leveling up. Look at that. What happens if I click continue? What brings you to Code Academy? Alright, we can say learn for fun. I learn for fun, yeah. What is the difference between a float and an int? So the float is decimals and an int is whole numbers. That one's easy. We learned that one. And I got confused because I'm like, why wouldn't you just use float? But then it's like it automatically picks. Which of the following will produce a syntax error? This one. because it's got 1 and then it's got 2, and that's no bueno. Next, which one begins a comment? This one, because it's like hashtag just coded this. Imagine writing that at like the top of every single one of your like class files. Just like hashtag just did this, might delete later. What is the output of the following code? You don't know how to code? Me either. Yeah. Because I don't consider JSON really coding, because that's just like pure data. That's just like pure raw data, and it's not actually like cool math stuff. It's just like this for this in the game, put this on it, and then for that in the game, you know? It's like it's not fun. It's very bland. There's not a lot you can do with it, you know? Like, you can't code an entire game using JSON files, I don't think. Maybe you can. Maybe you could make, like, a garden, like, using only JSON files, but I wouldn't know. What is the output of the following code? So the cool number is... So, okay, math. So it's 42. Cool number times 5. It's gonna be cool number. It's gonna be 42. Yeah, because multiplying the variable, because this doesn't do anything. It's gotta be, yeah. Next. I got these questions. Okay, so the modulo variable, so it groups of 4, so the modulo would be 2, because it would go to 12 and then there's 2 left over. Yeah! Alright. What's number saved the exponented variable when the following expression? So it's going to be 4, and then 8, and then 16. Okay. Let's go. What happens when we run the following code? You say message equals, what a cool message. This'll be a syntax error, because it's not right. Yeah, I did that too. Alright, how does one define a multi-line string in Python? You gotta do it with the 3 quotes like that. Yay! How do you combine 2 strings? You gotta do, let's see here. We gotta do this. Yeah, because I've never seen these ones before, so I'm like, what is this? Let's see, which of the following define variables as a string? Chat, which one is it? I'm inciting chat. Boo-doo boop boop boo-doo boo-doo boo. By the way, the answer is 3. Because the string is the text, yeah. Which function outputs text to the terminal? This one's easy, that's print. Yippee! And then the total cost that gets printed, it's gonna be 15 because it sets it to 5 and then it adds 10. Yay! What is Python syntax for creating a variable and assigning the number 10 to it? So you say variable name equals 10 because you don't need def, you don't need equals. Equals I think is either C or JavaScript. I think it's C, but I could be, maybe it's both, honestly. New is JavaScript. Def, I don't know what def is. Maybe new isn't JavaScript either. I don't know. The equal sign creates a variable. Yay! Oh, we got 100%. Okay. All right, and then you can hit continue learning, right? Okay, what you're learning to do. Oh, dude, we got more basic syntax and stuff. Okay. Okay, chat. I have a question. And I want you to answer it while I go to the bathroom. Um, do you want to see more of this? Do you think we should continue doing this for more, or do you want to swap over to drawing for the rest of the stream? Because I can keep doing this if you want to see it, but I also do want to get some drawing done and just like fun drawing stream stuff, you know? So it's up to you guys, whichever you want to see, and I will let you guys answer that while I use the bathroom. Okay? I will be right back. Give me like a couple minutes. I'm back. Bathroom break over. What did I miss? Basically, before I went, I asked, if you guys want me to keep coding, or do you want to swap over to art? Because I can do either one. I'm fine with either. I'm just curious what you guys want to see, you know? You know what? You know what would be really cool? We just redeemed the hydrate. Yep, I'm on that. I just drank a sip of water, but I'll do it again. I thought it would be, while I was away, I thought it would be a really funny idea if we made coding like a redeem. Like, what if I made like a 50,000 point redeem or something like a really expensive redeem, and it was just like do a lesson of, or like just like a really expensive redeem that will like add like a Python session to like the following stream, you know what I mean? I think that would be fun. Because I thought about it, and it like I could do like a redeem. You add like 20 minutes of Python learning to like right now, but I feel like that would get kind of messy if I'm like trying to end stream and somebody redeemed that. You know what I mean? And I don't know, I don't know if I can like dynamically toggle redeems or whatnot. So I'm afraid of it just like, you know. But then also, I don't know. I thought that would be a cool idea. I wonder what you guys think of it. But hold on. Can I make a Twitch poll actually? Wait. Idea. Someone redeems it 10 times. Now your next stream is just a coding time. Yeah, I'd limit it to like once per stream, you know? Like it can only be redeemed once per stream. It's like 50k. Or like maybe even 100k, because like modifying stream activities is like a big deal, right? Because that changes the schedule and whatnot. Let's see here. Can I go here? How do I do this? Give me a second. I love the 31 fake monster. Yeah, random nerd. It's actually 30. It's not. It's actually, remember the Halloween Figmon? Actually, it's like 30. It's like 36 or 35. Hold on. I hope this doesn't make a really loud alert. Hold on. Boop. Okay. Boop. Please don't start a loud thing. Okay, I started a poll in Twitch chat. I would do it on YouTube as well, but YouTube doesn't have polls, or at least ones that I can actually do. You know? I do want to add that redeem though. While I'm here, I'm definitely gonna add that redeem. Let's see here. I'm also gonna change some redeems because they're kind of becoming like low demand because the supply is raised so much. Boop. 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 Okay. And then I need an image for or do I? Yeah, I definitely do. Let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boo-doo, boo, boo-doo-doo-doo. Boop. I don't have an image for it right now. What color is Python, chat? It's like a yellowy. There we go. Redemption cooldown time? We can do like 2 days. Limit redemptions per stream. Okay. There we go. Create. Yeah, sure, why not? Boop. Okay. You made a Halloween fake one, so we should we have a Christmas one? I kind of considered like Fluffrost and Co to be like the Christmas ones, but I finished them like before Christmas ever happened. So I'm just like, oh well. At least we got that out of the way, you know? Alright. You know what? Boop. Okay, I think the poll ended. I'm not sure. But it's still going on my end. I don't know why. Hello? Chat, I don't know what's happening. Oh, it ended. Okay, yeah. Alright. So how do I get rid of it on my end then? I guess I just wait for it to time out. But I don't know if I can see the results. Hello? Chat, my Twitch is like behind. I don't know why. And also, sorry that I'm like doing nothing. I'm like trying to figure stuff out. Okay. Whatever, who cares? Okay. I'm just gonna make an executive decision in that case, and I'm gonna say that we're gonna swap to drawing because it has been 2 hours. And the stream's only got like an hour left on it. But I did add that redeem, so if you are if you save up 75,000 channel points, you will be able to redeem Python learning for the next stream. So that's exciting. But we're gonna swap over to drawing for now. I don't have really anything planned for today. We're just gonna do some doodles, you know? Like we did with the first drawing pad stream. If I swap this over to here, whoop, and I update the stream details on Twitch. Boo 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 boo. It's short that you made to introduce the Keplos at the swamp. um. Boop. Again. Let's update that. Hopefully that worked. Again. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, let me connect my drawing pad because I don't think it's plugged in right now. I think my controller is plugged in. Whoop. Yoink. And you can plug in. Okay. Alright. Here's this. Alright, chat. What are we gonna draw today? I have a few ideas. Boo-doo-boop, boo-doo, boo-doo-boo. I think we're gonna start out... Let me actually pull up... Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You know, another thing that I just realized, I'm gonna have to pay that annual thing for Python, so I might as well just do that and then cancel it instantly so that I get a year of free Python, or a year of Code Academy or whatever. Let me pull up... Not this. Let me pull up like my list of mons. We can draw some of them. This. Okay. Alright, we can start off where we are currently. We can draw like the bat guys, I guess. Boop, 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 boop. What happened here? I swear 5 used to be here. Okay, so the bat guy's ears are kind of weird. They kind of like go up. They're kind of shaped like Pichu's ears, not gonna lie to you. Whoop. Kind of like this, right? Maybe they're a little big. They're definitely bigger than that. Whoop. Can I just say, this song sounds like it would come from, like, DDLC. And it comes back around like this. And then it curves inward. There we go. I have an idea. Cool. Whoop. And then the ear comes around like this. And then he's got his little speaker thing inside of it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And we can draw them all lit up, because why not? Whoop. There's one of his eyes, maybe. We need a psychic type mod. Trust me, we got plenty of psychics in store for y'all. I don't have any shortage of psychic types planned. We might get to actually drawing a psychic type today, honestly. I don't know. Whoop. Yay! Trust me, I've got like well over 100 concepts on the back burner. So just you wait. It might take like a year or two to get to a lot of them. But they're there. Don't you worry. And they might not all have designs as of yet, but they're there. And he's got the yellow on him. Doop. He's got his little like forehead thing, and he's got the... That's kind of what his face looks like. And then his body is kind of like lump shaped. He kind of has like this sort of a body, you know? He doesn't have a very big like torso. It's kind of way smaller than the rest of him. By the way, Neon, see that video I sent a few hours back about the ZA in Minecraft? I'm really tempted to go on that map and add modest. Yeah, I saw you mention something about that. I think that'd be cool. Like actually make each wild zone like spawn the mons that it's supposed to. He's got the two. He's got like the plug pattern on his stomach. I don't know why I blanked on the word stomach. Whoop. Whoop. He's got his tiny little feet. Not just that, like other mods, like furniture mod for furniture. Oh, cool. He's got his little whatever that is. His wings normally, he keeps them down at his sides like this. Whoop. Kind of like so. So they kind of look like that. I don't know. Whoop, whoop. You know? Create for a train that one mod that adds displays so you can have that one big screen properly displaying something. I mean, the maps are all there, making it super easy. That is true. But when he does have his wings out, I'd say they're around, like, this big. And he's got a point here. Whoop. Like this. And then it goes down to a point like that. And he's got 1, 2. Whoop. And then they kind of ride up like that. I mean, is that Chirpera? Yeah, this is Chirpera. Whoop. He is not going to be symmetrical in the slightest, by the way. But this is kind of his rough shit. He's a very basic bat, you know? Whoop. There's not a whole lot going on in his, like, design. Although I do think his colors are pretty nice. A little bland, but, you know, they get the job done. Whoop. And then, like... Whoop. Whoop. Gosh. This is what I mean when I say he's gonna be not nearly symmetrical at all. Like, this wing is clearly smaller than the other one. Please, work for me here. Work with me here. Work with me here. Thank you. There we go. And then I guess he's got his little tail, because he's flying. Here's his tail. And then let's just take this and make it smaller, because I realized I took up most of the screen with this. Whoop. He can go up here. Apply. Okay. I brought him off the screen. Look at that. Oops. Boop. Let's not do that. Gosh, why is this so difficult? Okay, there we go. Okay. And then we can color him. He's like a very dark kind of... So the map was made for 121.6 and you're at 121.1. Uh-oh. You're gonna lose out on a lot of stuff when you downport it. He's like this color, I think. If it'll... Hello? Oh, I'm using the move tool. I'm a dumb idiot. Big dumb idiot here. He's like this color, yeah. I should use a bigger brush. Like that. No, like that. Yeah. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of like color variety you can do with electric types, because if you think about it, almost every single electric type has black and blue and yellow in their design, you know? And there's not a whole lot of deviation from that. So it's hard to like design palettes that are interesting for electric types. And of course, you've got like some exceptions like Rotom, who's primarily orange, but he's still got like the blue and stuff, you know? I guess Palmy kind of counts. You're the best drawer I've ever seen, I'm being honest. I appreciate the compliment, but I do not think that I'm the best drawer you've ever seen. I think, despite what I'm able to make, I'm still very, like, very much an amateur artist. And I've said this before, but I said again, I'll say it again. I think a lot of what makes the art in this program look good is the fact that my drawing tablet just like augments my shading capabilities, and that's pretty much it. Whoop. Okay, I need a smaller brush now. Cool. Whoop. Like that. And then his little feetsies. Neon, look at me, I'm playing ZA. Yeah, Crimson, you'd say you'd never do that. What changed? Alright. And then we can draw him lit up, I guess. We need like the light blue for his this. Whoop. So you learned how to do the shadows drawing. So what are you using? I'm using a drawing tablet. It allows me to apply different amounts of pressure, like this, with one stroke, depending on how hard I press on the tablet. And it's not like a high-end tablet. It's pretty like, I'd say it's like a moderate tablet at best. Like, it's not anything fancy. But it gets it definitely gets the job done, you know? Boop. That's too bright. Too saturated, I mean. A drawing tablet? I'm buying it. They are really handy. I've wanted one for the longest time, and I'm so glad that I finally have one. Just super nice to be able to not have to draw with, like, mouse, you know? Because while I am decent at drawing at mouse, it's, like, not nearly as, like, fluid, you know? Anyway, there's his eyes. We can do like the yellows next. Whoop. Then we can do the wings. And his little stomach. Excuse me. Jesus. Still don't know what's going on with me, like, being all like, ugh, today. Yep, 100% that's true parent. Yep. You got it. Boop, boop. We're gonna add shine to here as well. And then we can add some orange, you know? Okay, maybe not that bright, but we definitely want to add orange here. And whoop, whoop. And then we can add slightly less orange color here. And here as well. And then we add the red. Like that. Whoop. Make the shiny form as well if you want to. I think I'm okay for now. I'm mainly just doing like regular doodles for now. I think I'll stick to just like one variant of each, you know? Alright, here he is. Look. In all his glory. I guess I can also, I didn't include, like... Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. He has, like, a little scruff of blue on his back as well. But yeah, there's your chirp era. Very basic drawing, but you know what? I think it's quite nice. Now we can do the other bat. I like the other bat a lot more. Simply because I was able to get his design down like a lot faster. And he was just generally easier to make. Whoop. He kind of... Whoop. He kind of has these like big eyes. Beautiful. And they kind of go out like this. Whoop. This one should go out more. Whoop. Your pair's drawing is beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoop. Like this. I'm already making him way bigger than Chirpera. Oh well. Nah, this needs to be higher up. This needs to be like here. Yeah, there we go. Whoop. Boop. Like that. Who's fake? Come on, is that Pikachu? No. He's kind of got this kind of shape going on. Doing this without, like, as a doodle is proving to be much more difficult than actually, like, drawing, like, a guideline first. Boop. Boop. He kind of has this shape going on, and then he's got, like, a roundish body. Kind of like that. I'm being serious right now? What's that Pokemon? It's one that I've shown on stream maybe like one time. Whoop. Whoop. Hey Neon, have you ever tried doing a shiny only run on a Pokemon game? Yes. I have a copy of White 2, and I have 2 copies of Black 2, in which I got a shiny Tepig on one of them, and I'm trying to get shiny the other 2 starters on the other 2. Woo! And I have, like, a shiny Psyduck and a few shiny Lillipups. Whoop. Is that a new Fakemon? I think not. Well, I have shown it before, so it is still technically pretty new, though, because I've only really, like, teased it. But I am a very big fan of this guy. His evolution I also like a lot more than Sherpara's evolution. But that's just a me preference kind of deal. I don't think that's really says anything about their designs. Whoop! Whoop! He has smaller wings as well. That's pretty much what he looks like. Imagine doing a shiny only Nuzlocke. I don't think that would be very fun. Because it's like, what, you spend 10 hours shiny hunting and then you kill it on the first battle and it's like, oh well. Okay, is this the color I want to go for? Pretty much. This is the Fakemon where when Crimson showed off his bat Pokemon, I'm like, wow, you used the exact same colors that I was gonna use for my bat Pokemon that I also designed, and he's like, wait, really? That's crazy. Ha ha ha. Can you grant me a wish? I wish this wish is not granted. Well, in that case, I'll grant the wish. I'm not gonna think too hard about it, you know? Make it a little darker, maybe? No. No, too dark. He's not, he needs to be, like, less, less saturated, I guess. Which this works. Boop. Whoop. Okay. And then we can do this up here. And then up here we can do like a highlight. Maybe. Okay, that is not the right kind of highlight that I'm looking for. That is also not the right kind of highlight. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, what are these colors that I'm getting? I don't understand. Doop. Also, I forgot to give him his teeth. Major oversight. Alright, let's give him his teeth, I think. That would be a good step, I think. Whoop. There we go. And then I'm gonna grab this color. Whoop. Oh wait, I'm gonna go to the layer beneath and color this in and color this in. And then I'm gonna color this in. There we go. He has this kind of colored body, I think. Little like that. There we go. Yeah. Boo. Whoop. Little vampire bat. Yeah. He's designed to be like stealthy. So he can steal your blood without you noticing until you just like suddenly become faint and like collapse, because so many of these guys, because like they're so fluffy you don't even feel them, right? And then by the time you do feel it, it's in the form of immense blood loss. Or maybe an alternate method of attack would be one of them comes up to you and it's like injured, or it's like feigning injury. And that so that you'd feel bad for it. And it's like, oh, you can have some, you can have a bite, right? And then all of a sudden, more and more just start showing up, and they're like, hey, we're also hungry. They're kind of mischievous. They're not to be taken lightly. Whoop. Kind of like that. Boo 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 boo. Whoop. There we go, and then we can add this to the ears as well. Okay. And then we can color the teeth in as well. Boop, 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 boop. Hello? Boop, 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 boop. And then the wings are just like really dark colored. I think this is like the one biggest difference between my bat and then Crimson's bat is that the wings are different colors. And the head shape. Yeah, I guess so. Yours is more of like he's wearing a mask, and then mine is he's fluffy, you know? And the claws. Yeah, mine doesn't even have claws. He's got mittens. Whoop. There we go. Then I forget how I draw like highlights and stuff for his wings. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember. It's like this. Except less purple. Whoop. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. I know I did something like this. Whoop. Then we can draw the lines up here, except a lot thinner. There we go. And now all that's left to do is the eyes, which the eyes are like this color. Yeah. And then we can make them smaller. Whoop. Whoop. There he is. But yeah, these are the two basically version exclusives. You get Chirpera in one game, and then you get Vampira in the other game. I bet if you flip this guy horizontally, he looks hideous, by the way. If you could be any Pokemon that I created, what would you be? I would be the legendary Pokemon because they would be strong. I don't know. Probably one that just like chills in games and streams. I don't think we have a Pokemon like that. Let me check. You know what? I would be Jiboy. That's who I would be. Who else can I draw? Oh yeah. So you've all seen my concept like flower Pokemon. So we don't need to draw that one. But he also has a counterpart because turns out the flower Pokemon is also planned to be version exclusive. The other one kind of has a weird shape. Whoop. And it's really hard to get his face right, honestly. Whoop. I don't think I've shown this mon on stream before, ever. Just created a small enemy spider. I'm a big fan of this guy. Whoop. That's not right. There we go. Ba-ba-da-boo. Whoop. My god, it's evolving into a giant enemy spider. Bro's fighting his demons. I can't blame him. So, this is going to be the counterpart to your flower Pokemon. His name is... let me spell it out. Boop. That's his name. You can pronounce it how you want. I'm gonna pronounce it Punkfei. That's his name. Let me color him in real quick. He's like this color. Boop. Oh, lighter than that. More yellow than that, honestly. Boop. There we go, that's better. Welcome, Punkfei. That's his name. Whoop. Here he is. And then I can go like slightly more this color for his shadows. That's... I don't like how saturated that is. That's better. Although it needs to be a little brighter. There we go. It also should be... He looks a little bit like Darkrai. You think so? Boop. He's kind of got this weird glowy effect around him. Whoop. I don't know, you can't really tell that that's there. And then he's got like, I guess this color? Yeah. Whoop. I get Dark Eyes picture and then you look at yours, then you will see. I guess so, with like the billowy hair. I guess so, yeah, I can see that. Whoop. Kind of like that. And then I'm gonna steal this color. Boop. That's what he looks like. I really like this design personally. He's like a wisp, you know? Oops. Don't want to blind him. Whoop. There we go. Okay. So this is the counterpart to our like flower thing. Let's see if I can open that real quick. Boop. Yeah, this guy. If I can just go ahead and select this thing. Whoop. Copy that, paste it over here. Where are you? Hello? Nope, hold on. Boop. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay. This. Copy. Small enemy flower. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, but these two guys are counterparts. So you'll find one in one game and one in the other. Whoop. Boop boop boo boop boop boo boop boo doo boo doo boo. So the plan is that it's I think, well, at least while we had version exclusives, it was these two together, and then it was these two together. So you could go for Chirpera Punkfey, or you could go for Vampira Blumet. You know? And yeah. You get your choice of bat, and you get your choice of small sprite fairy-ish creature. Small enemy bat, small enemy fire. Oh, I should also point out, this guy is not a fire type. He's actually a fairy type. He's pure fairy. Boop, boop. Although, I get the misunderstanding that he would be a fire type, because he is based off of, like, a will-o-wisp. Like, the actual, like, mythological creature. Wait, what? Yeah. Boo. Boo. I think they're a pretty decent pair, personally. I think they fit together pretty nicely. I do want to change how this one's evolution looks, because it does not match the level of detail of this one, because I designed this one way more recently. And this guy's been around for, I don't know, let me check. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-boo. Boop-boop-a-doop-a-doo. The evolution of Punk Fei. Or rather, Punk Fei itself. Let's see, when was Punk Fei itself invented? 2021. Is when I designed Punk Fei. So this guy is coming up on 5 years old, whereas I designed this one like a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to need to update this one's evolution to like match the level of detail, you know? Small enemy bat and small enemy fairy are fighting. Well, the fairy would win. Well, actually no, the bat would win. Who am I kidding? The bats would win against the fairies any day of the week. Although, yeah, the bats are faster and are super effective, so like it's not much of a contest. What else can I draw? What's another mon? Boo ba doo boop ba doo ba doo boo. I mean, we've all seen this Pokemon by now, but I guess I can draw it. They've become husks, memories. They're just memories now. Small enemy flower. I can draw another enemy friend flower, rather. Whoop. He'll be tiny, though. You can tell a lot about when I designed a Pokemon based on how round their bodies are, and also like the color of their eyes, because if their or like the detail of their eyes. Create the psychic type mon. Okay. Ba-doo-ba-doo-boo. Whoop. Whoop. Boop. Use this guy. The fuse of Smoliv and Meowscarada's flower. See, here's the thing though, because this guy was created long before either of those two were ever revealed. Like, you know Rufant? And how his name is one letter away from Cufant? The reason is because Cufant didn't exist back then. Never mind, it has spikes. And then he can be like, I don't even know what color you are. That works. Maybe a little less red, more. Yeah. Hi, Hera. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. We recently finished up all the coding stuff, and we're just doing a little drawing stream today, or for the rest of today, I guess. I've shown this guy like everywhere. He's like one of my favorite designed Fakemon, despite being like one of the simplest. He remains one of my favorites to this day. Whoop. Boop. And then I can color pick this, bring it up here as well. And then make it darker for the shoes. Doing good. How are you and what Fakemon are you currently drawing? So this guy here, his name is Timmy Gless. You might have seen him on stream in the past if you're a consistent watcher, but if you haven't, that's okay. He is a grass he is like basically the oddish of my fake decks. He is a pure grass type until he fully evolves, and I'm a big fan of him. He's one of the original Fakemon that I designed, and like I said, he's still one of my favorites. But earlier we drew this guy, and then this guy. We drew this guy first, and then this guy, and then we drew Punk Fae here. I'm kind of just like going down the list of Pokedex and just drawing like whatever I see that seems fun, you know? Let's see, what's the next one? I drew Pupicata already. I drew Talpedge. I drew Whisker. I drew Riboy. This guy doesn't have a design. I drew Sluglu. I gotta love these rotund grass types like Oddish, Badoo, and Smoliv. Yeah, they're in their like own genre of grass types that are just like round grass types with legs. But this is our equivalent, and I think he's silly. He's like... Check the comment I commented before, the one I commented. Draw the psychic type. I guess I could draw a psychic type. Let's see. Oh. Here's a fun one. You'll very quickly realize the role that this Pokemon is meant to fill when I start to draw it. I feel like its design inspiration will become obvious very quickly. Whoop. It kind of starts with this sort of shape. It kind of sort of does a sort of kind of with the kind of little kind of. Hello? Yeah, the one where you said draw psychic type. Or did it get like auto-modded? Doobie doo 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 boo. Doobie doo. I saw it's the fuse of the smaller than Masquera's flower. Is that the one you're talking about? Or the one where it says it has spikes? Because I read all that. Hold on. Somebody redeemed something and I wasn't paying attention. Posture check. Okay. Ugh. Stretch. Okay, posture is fixed. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Goodbye. Next day I'll see the psychic type you created. Really? Because if you stick around, I'm drawing it right now. Beep doop doop boop, beep doop boop, doop 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 doop. I think its ears need to go up a little higher, like that. Is this Fakemon the mandatory generational dog Pokemon? No, but it is a mandatory generational Pokemon. Whoop. I'm drawing it small on purpose, by the way. Don't worry about that. I designed this one, actually, not too long ago. Whoop. Whoop. It's got like spiral ears, you know? Maybe they're more like this. Not just kidding, I'm gonna be here until the stream ends because you're a super fan. Got it. Like I said, I feel like by now you might be realizing what kind of Pokemon this is. Based on other similar designed Pokemon, you know? Doop boop boo doop doop boo. I made it a little bit shorter than it should be, but it's whatever. Whoop. Boop, boop. There we go. Is this the Pokemon that's always in the Pokemon centers like Audino and Chansey? You nailed it. That is exactly what this is. I made its head a little too big compared to its body. That's fine though. He's just like the chibi version, I guess. That's too orange. Also, I made this all on the wrong layer. That's so cool. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. Wait. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. Oh, shoot. Boop. Wait. Boop. Ah. Boop. There we go. Okay. Ignore the spaghetti factory that was just now. It's not representative of me as a person. Actually, who am I kidding? It totally was. I just literally, okay, for this Pokemon, I literally just took all of the like Pokemon Center Pokemon. I took Chansey, I took Audino, and I took Indeedee. And I took some other Psychic type Pokemon like Gothitelle, right? And I said, okay, what's some things that all of the stupid Pokemon Center Pokemon have in common that regular like Psychic types aren't, like, don't have, right? Because this thing is a pure Psychic type, regardless of what color it might be. Right? So I was like, okay, so first order of business, right? All of the Pokemon Center Pokemon are bald. They have nothing up here. Like, they don't have, like, a hat or anything like that. So I knew I didn't want to add anything on his head, right? Second thing, all the Pokemon Center Pokemon have big, goofy ears, right? Like, Audino's got the stuff that goes like that, right? Indeedee's got her, like, puffs like that. And then Chansey's got, like, the 3, like, fins almost. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I need to give this Pokemon big, goofy ears. So that was design number 2. And then design number 3, I forget what it was. Oh yeah, they needed to have like flat body. They needed to have like flat designs. They couldn't have any like frills or anything like that, because then it would look too complicated. So I kept the design very simple while still adding like a couple of extra details just to make it more interesting to look at. Do 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 do. Boop 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 do do do. And then when you combine all of those aspects, you get a Pokemon that looks something like this. Or I would hope you would. Whoop. The arms can stay. I guess the hands can be like this lighter color, but then the rest of the arm can be the same. Then can't forget. Boop. Boop. Give it a nice shine because it's bald. I guess that works. That's some nice like shading. Whoop. Whoop. I guess like just this will work. This music is oddly very fitting for this Pokemon, I feel like. You know what I mean? Hey Neon, apparently Palworld is making their own card game now. Pokemon is gonna be pissed. That's funny. Good, as they should be. Whoop. I should make a better this color, you know? Maybe a little brighter. Like this. Yeah. This is better. Boop. Like that. And then like this. And then just give this a little bit more of this kind of action, you know? Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Look at it. I really like this Pokemon. What's next in anime? A Pal World and what would that even be about? And then we can give it a name, which the name I gave this guy. Okay, chat. Before I give you this guy's name, when you look at it, what do you think of? Like, what kinds of things do you think of? And also, this will be the last thing because I need to eat something today because I haven't really, like, had a meal today. Because when I was... Okay. Hints for, what I named this thing. When I was designing it, I was very focused on, like, finding a color that would work, right? So I focused a lot of the design on the colors. I don't know. Very nice, very nice. Good observation. Whoop. Because I actually named this Pokemon after the color that it is. And the kind of pastry that it reminded me of. His name's Nougat. Maybe I can write that a little better, a little cleaner. Spelled like that. This is this guy's name. He's Nougat. Pure psychic type. Very, like, tanky. Not very strong, but very bulky. Lots of HP. You know the drill. The basic Pokemon that you kill if you want lots of XP. And I'm a big fan of this design. And it is also, Marcio will be happy to hear. His name's Nougat, and he's not a nugget Pokemon. No, he's a Nougat, like the sweet. Like a nougat. Boop. He's also a psychic type. But like, hold on. Like nougat candy. It's got like what? I don't know what that means, Crimson. It's like it's made from egg whites and honey and it's got like nuts and like almonds or pistachios, and then it's got like a bunch of fruit in it as well. Like candied fruit. And it's also a color. And it's not the exact color, but it's pretty darn close, I'd say. And oh, I did not mean to do that. But that's what this guy's based off of. I like how tiny he is. But unfortunately, now that we finished Nougat, that is actually going to use up all the time we have for stream today. Which is a little sad, but you know what? I think we had a very good stream today. We learned how to use Python, we learned print commands. We also learned how to do like variables and stuff. And how to do that one word that I forgot how to pronounce. And the modulo. Modulo. Yo voy a hacer modulo. Or no, it's soy hacer modulo. It's your first time that you got attention on a live. Hey, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. You tend to get that with smaller streamers. I'ma be real. People like us, we jump at every opportunity we get to like talk to people, you know? That's the whole magic of live streaming. But yeah, if you enjoyed, or actually no, I want to thank everybody here so much for tuning in today. Y'all are awesome, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch. Speaking of which, if you're on YouTube and you like what you saw, consider liking and subscribing. And if you're on Twitch and you like what you saw, consider dropping a follow as well. But all those things would help me out a lot. And I appreciate every single one of you. Oh, Crimson. Alright. Just for you, I guess. Here you go. My cam messed up so much when I did that. But yeah. If you're curious about the Fakemon that I make and you want to know more about them, you should check out my short series on YouTube where I go into detail about each and every single one of them. And if you want to see sneak peeks and stuff, which I recently posted a really cool doodle I did, you should check out my Twitter, where I post sneak peeks of upcoming Fakemon, and I also notify people when I go live. So if you're into that sort of thing, you should drop a follow there as well. And then also, you should be looking forward to, and also holding me accountable for, the tutorial series that I'm working on. I might put a little bit of work into that tonight, but I'm definitely going to be working on it tomorrow. And then those will get updated in probably a few weeks when I'm all done with them, because it is going to take a long time, I can tell you that right now. But I am putting in work, and by the end of it, once you're done and watched it, you'll know how to make your own custom Cobblemon in Minecraft. I'm going through like all the stops, right? All of my knowledge imparted into like an 8-part YouTube series, you know? So, look forward to that as well. But, yeah, we're doing Minecraft server on Friday, and I will see you then. But until then, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.